Mike Quincey's higher self, in turmoil. The civilization upon Earth is in a turmoil trying to cope with changes being forced upon it that are causing so many problems throughout the world. It is inevitable now that you are passing through a period of great pressure calling for a new way of life. A new life, that dispenses with the old ways that have since ceased to be adequate for a civilization that is taking a new path that leads to peaceful coexistence. The problem is that few are ready for such monumental changes, yet the desire for a better way of life free from the threat of wars and the inequality has existed for a very long time. The future offers you opportunities to break the mold and set people free from famine or worse, and allow them to experience a simple life that holds happiness and freedom for all. It is in your destiny and simply awaits for peace to descend upon earth to share the bounties equally so that all can enjoy life in a land of plenty free from all hostilities. It has to come soon as part of your evolution and for those souls ready for a greater and more fulfilling experience. It is in your hands, and positive thinking for your future will help speed up the changes. However, life moves on and humanity has to get used to changing from what they were familiar with and try to understand the necessity for changes that will speed you into a new era. Be assured that it will be a great leap forward when you will find yourselves enjoying a better way of life. Obviously, as the vibrations increase, so will the negative energies reduce until a time comes when they will be non-existent. The Dark Ones will only leave when forced to do so and will have no option but to comply. Karma will no longer be carried forward and lessons that needed to be learned will have been dealt with. The future will be enjoyable and give you peace to follow your intuition and life plan. You will be sufficiently evolved to be positive in all activities that will still be arranged to enable you to continue growing. In such times you will be able to visit other planets and meet your fellow travelers. Until now the Earth has been quarantined to keep the lower energies in place and not allow them to interfere with other civilizations, and you will soon be released from them. It is time now to allow your thinking to include other civilizations you will meet who are far more evolved than you. They will have a lot to offer and help you understand what the changes mean and how they will affect you in a very acceptable way. You are travelers of the cosmos in the making, and it has always been your destiny. Thinking positively of the future will hasten it into being, as many of you are now ready for such experiences. We have told you many times that you are much more evolved than you realize, and have only been held back to keep you focused on the tasks you have been given. There will always be a greater life plan as you experience each stage of evolution, and so many of you have successfully met the challenge. You are on the verge of being cosmic beings, and that is your rightful level. So think of your future on a wider spectrum and make allowance for skills and abilities that may have seemed beyond your reach. We will as always be with you, guiding your efforts to remain positive regardless of what is happening around you. Keep centered at all times and stay positive, and you will continue on your path, and keeping calm will be your aim and your protection. Do not be thrown off your path by attempts to upset you and destroy your composure. Be assured it can be done, and as always we will be with you, helping where we can. Many of you have traveled this path several times, and having learned the lessons presented to you are on the verge of ascending. One day you will look back at your life and realize that it was perfectly planned to ensure your continuing evolution through your many lives. You have never been without help from beings who themselves have passed through the same challenges presented to you. Always know that there is a greater plan for your advancement, so you can be assured that whatever effort you put in will be well rewarded. We know you better than yourselves, which is why we can give you sensible advice that is in line with your needs. No one wants you to fail except the Dark Ones, yet even they are also working out their life plan. They too will one day recognize and acknowledge the greater truth, as all souls do on their journey home. We know that life is hard going for so many souls, but be assured everyone is exactly where they should be. All work to a plan, yet it allows for free will so that you may fully express yourselves. It is how you grow in wisdom, and lessons learned are never forgotten. You are only an aspect of your true self when on earth and equipped with what you need to fulfill your life plan. Words are sometimes inadequate, but you will get a feeling of the message because you are inwardly aware. You might call it psychic, that many of you are. Indeed, you have far more ability than you may imagine. Think positively at all times and know you will not be given tasks on earth that are beyond your ability. Again, we remind you that we are aware of you and follow your actions with guidance if necessary. I leave you with love and blessings, and may the light brighten your days and path to completion. This message comes through my higher self, my God self, and every soul has the same connection to God. In love and light. The Council, a message to the people of Earth. People of Earth, we want to familiarize you with a different civilization, a different way of living. Ours is a peaceful society. You can say, integrated. There's harmony between the members, there's freedom of course, and a consensus to live our highest and operate at our highest with one another. That is not to say, there will not be different opinions, but we seek to always find common grounds. It doesn't mean we sacrifice. It means we see how another may be diminished by our idea and we get creative instead. We want to first extend our admiration to a society, a people with total amnesia, for that came as a surprise to us, that it is even a possibility, and yet we witness the acts of compassion, of courage, the strength you summon from within to rise above the drama unfolding in your world, even your own lives, and we want to extend our admiration. For if you can do this much with total amnesia of who you are as source energy, then imagine what you can do, had you only known what you are made of. We are all sisters and brothers in this immense universe of ours, for there are many universes, countless as a matter of fact. And while some of us have crossed the threshold, no one is willing to leave before the rest of the universe is also complete, and by that we mean evolved to the next level. Hence, cooperation is required, and there are many species already extending their love, their helping hands to the people of Earth. But it is you who must do the work, it is you who must find it within yourself to forgive and move on, to see brighter for everyone, to rise above the differences in opinion and lifestyles, above the labels of right and wrong. It is you who must rise before we are to ever make contact. No species will come and rescue you, that is not the way. You've seen how, in the past, when a species came, you made gods of it, and so this is not the way we desire to help you or make contact either. We want to meet on equal ground, brothers meeting brothers, equal in armor and skills, sisters meeting sisters, equal in compassion and will, as you greet a family member you love there on earth. The roads are endless and they will lead you astray. There's one sure way to the light, to the fullness and wholeness of you, and that's you. Don't be stuck in the 3D forms and concepts. We too have bodies, we too live in 3D, but we have moved beyond the attachments to 3D concepts. The stuff is there for our enjoyment and sharing. We're not afraid the stuff will run out, for we'll always make more. We want to come in peace, in cooperation, in harmony with you, rather, await for you to come so with us. There's much to be said, but for now, we will leave you with the words, it is possible. The day will come when contact will be a thing of daily occurrence, but nothing will land until you are ready. And it is not about the government and political leaders, it's about the people. When people rise as one, they can overthrow any government. It is time you all stand as one family, one people. Heed our words, people of Earth. The time is coming when you need to stand up as one united field, force, people. We will introduce ourselves another time, for we have much time to prepare and get acquainted.